Light the burner, add a teaspoon of cinnabar. He came down in fire and splendor. Chapter 9, verse 1.
Look at that containment spell. It would hold a dozen pride demons.
What is this? Who are you?
Magister Eresthenes, am I a scholar of Tevinter? To Corypheus I am bound to answer every question. For Calpurnia's sake, I am lost.
For Calpurnia's sake? Wait. What does Calpurnia have to do with all this?
Corypheus did this to you. On Calpurnia's behalf.
She knows not. I am a ruin, the jeweled husk when the butterfly leaves.
What?
I was the greatest scholar of the old gods in Minrathus. No, in the Imperium. One night, he came to my door. For my relics, I thought, my writings and runes. But instead, my slave went to his side, Calpurnia, to become the vessel and save Tevinter.
Wait, you were Calpurnia's... Okay. This is interesting. You're a vessel for what? Or, not you, but Calpurnia. What is Calpurnia a vessel for?
If Calpurnia's this vessel, what are the contents going to be?
I do not know. Power. It must be some sort of power. Power like Earthemials, risen in flame and...
Uh-huh. Okay, and she wants to save Tevinter. Calpurnia thinks that whatever she's about to do, whatever vessel she's about to become, will save Tevinter?
Is that why Calpurnia joined Corypheus? To save your empire?
Yes, she seeks a leader, Corypheus, to shape Tevinter's rebirth. She would raise up the slaves as she was raised. Bring a new order with a heart of steel. She could do it if she were not the vessel.
Why then did Corypheus do this to you? Why didn't he just kill you or take everything he wanted, including Calpurnia, and leave?
If Calpurnia's the one Corypheus wanted, why do this to you?
For practice. Corypheus, crafts a vessel for whatever power he seeks, yes. But he does not need his vessel to have free will. About her, these same chains will fall. Iron to cage lightning. My binding is the poor pencil sketch. Calpurnia will be the masterpiece.
That's why Corypheus has you hidden, so Calpurnia can't talk to you and find out what's about to happen to her?
Corypheus couldn't risk Calpurnia's spies bringing her the truth.
No fool he, nor she. This chain has broken me, friend. No wings can raise my mind. Please, breach the circle. Its wards will trigger. I will be dust and light, free.
In his place, I'd be begging for it to end.
Corypheus' circle will hold its destruction within. Tight, tight. No fear, only freedom.
All right. Yeah. No, I'll free you from this, don't worry. I don't know who you were. Sounds like you probably were somewhat a good person, somewhat a horrible person, but all things considered, nobody deserves to live like this.
All right. You seem honest, and you've suffered enough.
Light a lamp, would you, Calpurnia? Everything's so dark.
this place is full of some very interesting secrets. And at least we've learned more about Corypheus through these memory crystals of sorts. And now, I don't know what happens next. I'm curious to see what Liliana will say, though. What an interesting tangled web Corypheus has found himself in as far as Calpurnia being a vessel. So he's going to do this to her. He's going to chain her to this and then use her power to do something. Like, he's going to basically just use her as power. Like, raw power for whatever it is he wants to do next. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
I read Liliana's report. Her people infiltrated the League of Assassins targeting you. The contract on your life has been destroyed. You should be safe now.
And thus we outwit the House of Repose.
And you're safe, Josie. That's the most important part. You're safe.
It's an unpleasant business, but you're safe now.
I've no doubt that the guild was staffed by vicious men and women, Inquisitor. It's simply... Did I ever mention I used to be a bard?
What? No.
You were a singer.
Bards entertain the Orlesian court. They sing, play music, make charming conversation, and spy. Many young nobles put on a mask and practice playing the game in such a fashion.
Oh. How did you get into being a bard?
What made you interested in becoming a bard?
I was attending a university in Valroyo when I learned about bards. There was such an air of romance about them. Stories of secrets, trysts, and fascinating people. A group of us, young gentry from Antiva, decided this exciting life was for us.
Oh, that sounds risky, and I can only imagine that back then, you know, you don't necessarily know better, and all of this just seems so appealing and exciting, and never ends well.
I don't imagine many firstborn heirs join those ranks.
No, I was a rather foolish exception. During one particular intrigue, I encountered a bard sent to kill my patron. We fought. Or perhaps scrapped is the better word. Both of us terrified. We were at the top of a steep flight of stairs. The other bard drew a knife, and I pushed him away from me. You can imagine the result.
Yeah, I can. But you know it was self-defense, right? It was either you or them, and I, for one, am happy it was them.
You were only defending yourself.
But it was such a waste, Inquisitor. When I took off his mask, I knew him. We'd attended parties together. If I'd stopped to reason, if I'd used my voice instead of scuffling like a common thug, I'll always wonder who that young man would have grown into.
Is that why you became a diplomat? To use your voice instead of other means?
From bard to diplomat is quite a change in direction.
I was headed down that path for some time already. That night merely crystallized it. In all the commotion... forgive me, I don't believe I ever thanked you for helping me with this.
No need. Hey, wanted to make sure that you and your family were safe. So this was worth it. 100%. I'd do it again.
Hold on to it. Don't lose sight of why you came here.
I will never forget you helped save the House of Montilyet, Inquisitor. And should you ever visit Antiva, stories of the welcome we'll give you will be told for years.
Well, now that we know that Josephine is safe and sound, and I don't have to worry about anybody attacking her randomly, we should leave this place because it still gives me hives. I am not gonna lie. This lovely, charming place. So happy. I hate it here. I absolutely, positively hate it here.
Inquisitor.
Hey.
Welcome to the Western Approach.
Thanks.
We've sighted warden activity to the southwest.
Okay.
But no one's been close enough to figure out what they're doing. Between the sandstorms and the vicious wildlife, we haven't made it far out here. One of my men got too close to a poison hot spring and gave me a slightly delirious report of a high dragon flying overhead.
Please don't say
In
that.
short, this might just be the worst place in the entire world. Be careful out there.
I will. Don't worry, and man, if this would definitely be a place for some kind of shady activity, huh? So I guess at least the reports that that our warden friend got were somewhat accurate, hopefully. Thank you for the warning.
Well, it's good to know what I'm in for.
Sorry I don't have more for you.
That's fine.
We intercepted a Venatori messenger and,
yeah?
persuaded him to give up the orders he was carrying.
Ooh.
We have them here. This entire place. It just feels like something's not right. Be careful.
I will. Well, is anybody else excited to learn more about this lovely, lovely area? Oh my gosh. They're like, why did we set up camp here? It's right. You know what? I'm not going to ask. I'm just going to go close this Fade Rift. My goodness, isn't this exciting? We literally just got here. And it's like, hey, why don't you handle this? All right, we should probably go find the Hawk and was it Alistair? See if they know anything. Because that would be great. I'm going to do this. But yeah, we should definitely go find them ASAP and close some Fade Rifts along the way. I feel like you just can't close enough Fade Rifts, you know? I don't know how I feel about this place, though. It's weird. Like, it feels weird. Anybody else getting weird vibes? Like, it's weird, but it's not weird. It's just weird. I feel like that made no sense. You're welcome. Hold on, let me get this. Don't. Okay, you leaving. Good. Whew. Okay. Time for me to close it. It still kind of tickles. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Thank you. Tickles the skin. What did they give me? Hello, Mr. Fade. Oh, another ring. What's in here? Anything?
That's a lot of carts.
Yeah.
Why are they even out here?
I don't know. Weird, right? Just broken down carts, but why carts all the way out this way? Is that the warden insignia? Interesting. This place is, well, the sand. There's just sand. Is it gonna be sand everywhere? Probably. For an eternity. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. Not good, actually. More carts?
What are the odds that all these people just happen to die here?
Low. That it was all just coincidence? Just these bodies? Why, though? What is the purpose of all this? Mining? Like, it looks like they had a full mining operation. But why would you bring carts of people and have them dead out there unless they were for something entirely different? That's a terrifying thought, by the way. Should we see if there's anybody left up here? I guess this is the only way to go, right? Oh. Is that where we're supposed to go? I think so. We'll see. We've packed enough, like, water, right? Because I feel like, hopefully we did. Because I'm already, like, we've only been out here for, like, 3 minutes. And I'm already, like, thirsty? Is that normal? Is that just kind of, like, one of those, like, oh, good. No, Bull, don't look.
We're fighting her, right?
No.
Tell me we're fighting her, boss.
Oh, we already fought one. Why? I'll consider it. Okay? We'll consider it. She looks very large and 10 times more angry than the last one. But I'll consider it. Dragons. I just had to go and be with somebody who was obsessed with fighting dragons. I mean, I don't know what I mean, sorry. Anyways, moving on. I didn't say that. I did. I gotta stop talking out loud like that. Is that like a green mist over there or something like that? Okay, good. That looks awful. Absolutely positively awful. I'm gonna avoid that for now. What is that? Is that just a gigantic fortress? How many fortresses are here? We can't know. And then there's that, and then what are those gigantic boys out there with the art? What is this place? I don't know how much I'd like it here. But you. Okay, Venatori, you're here. Great. Okay. Ow! No! Don't touch me! Thank you. Is that all of them? I think so. All right, camp. Should we set up camp and then that way?
We could camp here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Cole. Because then we could go that way or we could go that way and we'd have a nice little base of operation, you know? Is this where we're supposed to meet everyone? I think so. It looks terrifying and it looks like it should house something potentially savory or unsavory, depending on what kind of individual you are. So let's go in, introduce ourselves. Maybe. Yep, there's Alistair outside. Is there a Hawk with him? Hey, Alistair, do you have... Oh, no, you do have Hawk with you. I couldn't see Hawk over there.
Glad you could make it. We've
Me
seen
too.
lights coming from the tower.
Oh, good.
Blood magic, I'd wager. You can smell it.
Smell it?
Or see the corpses.
That's usually what I go with, yes, corpses.
You take point. I'll guard your backs.
Okay. Why do I have to take point? Can't one of you two?
Wait! No.
Warden Commander Clarel's orders were clear.
This is wrong!
Remember your oath. In war, victory. In peace, vigilance. In death,
I'm sorry.
sacrifice. Good. Now bind it just as I showed you. Inquisitor!
Hi!
What an unexpected pleasure. Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, at your service.
I'm guessing you're not a warden.
But you are. The one Clarel let slip. And you found the Inquisitor and came to stop me. Shall we see how that goes?
Wow. Basically, you just summed up everything that I was pretty much gonna kind of lead off with in one go. That's really nice, actually. Very, very efficient. However, I've definitely already gotten a head start on you. Mainly because I'm me and I'm just that amazing.
It looks like you've already done some of my work for me.
What, him? We simply needed his blood. Oh, were you hoping to garner sympathy? Maybe make the Wardens feel a bit of remorse? Wardens, hands up. Hands down.
Corypheus has enslaved them.
They did this to themselves. You see, the calling had the Wardens terrified. They looked everywhere for help.
Including Tevinter.
Yes, and since it was my master who put the calling into their little heads, we in the Venatori were prepared. I went to Clarel full of sympathy, and together we came up with a plan.
And what's the plan?
Raise a demon army, march into the deep roads, and kill the old gods before they wake.
That demon army? Oh, wait. Really? That's the entirety of the... Wow. Okay. I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more elaborate and a little bit more worthy of this trek out into the middle of nowhere with all this sand everywhere.
Ah, I was wondering when the demon army would show up.
You knew about it, did you?
Of course I did. Of course.
Well then, here you are.
Here I am.
Sadly for the Wardens, the binding ritual I taught their mages has a side effect.
Of course it does.
They are now my master's slaves. This was a test. Once the rest of the Wardens complete the ritual, the army will conquer Thedas.
Uh-huh. You are just full of great information. Interesting. So what's in it for you? Out of curiosity, because I don't think that you've got a speck of goodness in you after everything I've seen in the last few minutes. So you can't just be doing this because you're nice. So what are you getting?
Do you really want to see the world fall to the Blight? What do you get out of this?
The Elder One commands the Blight. He is not commanded by it, like the mindless Darkspawn. The Blight is not unstoppable or uncontrollable. It is simply a tool.
No, Livius, you're the tool.
That too.
As for me, while the Elder One rules from the Golden City, we, the Venatori, will be his god-kings here in the world.
That's what he's promising the Venatori. I was wondering what you all were getting out of this really weird plot, and it's that you want to be, what did you just say? God kings? You think that somebody like that gonna share power with you in the end? You're hilarious. Like that, honestly, this is probably just about as bad as I thought it was gonna be, if not slightly worse. Which is saying something, because I honestly, I didn't have much hope for you and how moral you were gone, but that's fine. You know what? I'll think about this later. But why risk demons? That seems to be like one of the riskiest things that we could have done throughout all the different plot options, right? For this, like, I mean, Chlorel and you could have come up with like conscripting more people. Maybe that would have been a great idea, but demons? Demons seem very risky.
Why would Chlorel risk using demons?
Demons need no food, no rest, no healing.
Oh.
Once bound, they will never retreat,
That's
never
why.
question orders. They are the perfect army to fight through the deep roads. Or across Olay. Now they are bound to my master.
Yes. So you were able to trick a scared group of wardens into creating a demon army for you. And now you're going to use that demon army to march across Orlais, take over the, everything, blah, 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 blah. I've kind of sort of seen worse before, so this is interesting, but like, I was hoping that you'd be scarier, because that would have been fun. You're just, it's just, this feels very Tevinter-y. Dorian, no offense, but it kind of does.
You think you can stand against me with just demons and a Fade Rift? Did Corypheus not mention what I did to the Breach?
He did. He also noted what he did to you at Haven.
What are you doing?
The Elder One showed me how to deal with you in the event you were foolish enough to interfere again. That mark you bear, the anchor that lets you pass safely through the veil, you stole that from my master. He's been forced to seek other ways to access the Fade. When I bring him your head, his gratitude will be... Ah!
His gratitude will be what? Tell me.
Kill them!
Are you running away? Don't run away. He ran away? I'm gonna find him. I need somebody to find him for me. Really? He really and truly thought he could control my anchor? That's questionable. But the fact that he knew that I was probably sort of kind of coming is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know.
So, that went well.
It went great.
You were right. Thanks to the ritual, the Warden mages are enslaved to Corypheus.
And the Warden warriors? Oh, of course. It's not real blood magic until someone gets sacrificed.
It's the way it works. It is the way that works. How could they do this, though? Hearing the calling or not, this isn't acceptable. I mean, I get it. They were scared, terrified, only ones who can end the Blight. All that good stuff. But why not ask for help? Why resort to blood magic, demons, and the Venatori?
Human sacrifice, demon summoning. Who looks at this and thinks it's a good idea?
The fearful and the foolish.
I know.
Hawk, they made a mistake, but they thought it was necessary.
All blood mages do. Everyone has a story they tell themselves to justify bad decisions. And it never matters. In the end, you are always alone with your actions.
I may know where the wardens are.
Oh?
Eramond fled that way.
Yeah?
There's an abandoned warden fortress in that direction. Adamant.
Okay. So that would make sense if that's where they're gonna house the wardens until they're ready to march on, what did you say, the deep roads?
I guess they didn't want to summon a demon army out in public.
The Warden and I will scout out Adamant and confirm that the other Wardens are there.
Okay.
We'll meet you back at Skyhold.
All right, I'll meet you there. What a waste of perfectly good wardens. What a waste of people that could, you know, help end this. But I guess we two should probably head back to Skyhold at this point. We'll check in. We'll let them know too there about the green glowing gas stuff that we saw over there and see if anybody knows how we can clear it. And then we'll come back and kind of poke around a bit just because this area doesn't feel right. And I feel like we should try to get a slightly better foothold here to protect, especially if I don't think Adaman's too far away from what Alistair was alluding to. So if Adaman's not that far, we're definitely going to need to set up a good base of operation and make sure it's safe. So let's go back.